Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final episode of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, episode 8. We've finally arrived at the end. Let's see what happens.
Would you leave him even though you were having his baby?
100,000% would be dead to me.
Really? 100,000%.
I couldn't help to think that it is Jenna because one, I've only met her one time, which the DM states, and it was right when we were beginning the dating. So the two added up.
I just wish you really...
You know how there was this girl, this Jenna girl, but it was sort of at the beginning stages of the relationship. I know so many people who go, well, it was the beginning stages of the relationship. We weren't even really together then. But the principle of the matter is kind of what matters here. So I do wonder if Dakota's going to be like, we weren't even really together then. Or if it's going to be an actual full-blown, I knew better, but I did it anyways, cheating scandal. Because I don't know, girl. That's fascinating to me a bit, but I think the math is mathing. And the way they're saying her name so much, I'm going to assume it's true. Because I feel like they wouldn't be saying some random girl's name so much because she's a real person. So I'm kind of assuming she's going to show up on screen a little bit. I mean, they're really just, could you imagine they're just out here talking about some girl in the community? And she's just like, my name is all over this show and I'm not even in the show. I have to assume she's going to show up or something. They're just saying her name too much. They're making her a character.
Should have thought about everything before all of this, though. It's pretty sad. This is not good, Taylor. You guys need to get your together.
Is that your mom?
Yeah. She basically is like saying that we need to like get our together. Come like the confession.
That's so dumb. Again, it's just the same issues over and over again, and it's so annoying. For all I know, Macy, I feel like, would do that to me, first off.
Oh, okay. Slow down there, buddy. Interesting reaction. I just feel like it's the same old stuff. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that is an indicator of something. Very telling, very not innocent in my opinion, but let's see.
Whoever it is, it's not true.
Of course, I have to sit here and wonder. When Macy's asking me, my mom's asking me, do you think this is true? In my head, I'm like, my answer is, I hope he's not that dumb.
Ooh.
You're gonna lose everything if it happened for any reason to be true.
This language is so disappointing. It's so like kind of ugly. Like he's so dumb. He's going to lose everything. Like, okay, relax. But also if it's not true, I wonder if Dakota knows who he is. Because if this is not true and somebody was weird about my character for a year, like I wouldn't stand for this. The reason I think it might be true is because he gives no indication of somebody that it's not true for. But then again, maybe that's my personality type messing with his. I just couldn't imagine somebody thinking of me like this for a year and me not setting the record straight in the firmest way possible. But the fact that his reputation was the way that it was, which allowed people to think this could be him, could be something he would do, is also playing a role here. It's not like people have this reputation around, or it's not that Dakota has this reputation out of nowhere. It's obviously coming from somewhere, right?
I don't know what you want me to do. It's like, it's putting me in these stupid positions that I shouldn't have to be put in.
I need some context with this.
The two girls before, those I've already told you, okay? The message, if this is stating that I've cheated on you since I've dated you in our relationship, not true. That is it. That's it. There it is.
Ooh, his branding is bad, bro. I don't know. I can't tell. I just can't trust him. I just feel like everything he says doesn't feel believable, but I don't know. Because then I feel bad. Because what if he is innocent? And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would feel devastated if this was an innocent person. But then what is my intuition tells me he's not innocent. But then I don't know that for a fact.
You're confident.
100%, Taylor. 100%.
He's just like so defensive. The defensiveness is what's throwing me off. But maybe he feels so beaten down, he can't help but be defensive.
So nothing.
You want context? What context do you want me to give you? Besides, it's not true.
I just want you to sit here and think if there's
I don't need to think about it. I don't need to think about it. I don't need to think about it. That's the thing.
Why doesn't he break up with Taylor? Like, why doesn't he say, I'm done. I don't want a partner who looks at me this way. But then I guess you guys would probably say it's the pressure from the Mormon bubble because we have to remember they're Mormon or in the Mormon bubble. So maybe the answer is the reason he's fighting so hard for this is because of his religion or their religion, the culture's religion. Because otherwise you would think that he would be like, I'm done being accused of this. We're co-parenting. We're going to do the best thing for this child, but it's not being together.
I have to think about that.
But it's been a while. So maybe like if you forgot.
Taylor.
I guess my point is like, I just, you know that one way or the other, if anything went down, I will find out regardless.
Okay, perfect. I hope so. Like, this is what I love. Like,
And
good.
you're well aware that if it does,
and
what
vice
happens?
versa.
What happens
and
if it
vice
does?
versa. See, threats. Like, that's all it is, though. You just sit here and you make these threats. I ain't sticking around. I ain't staying with you.
It is kind of threatening. It is actually very bad communication. It is also very much like on edge. But that's the dilemma. Like, why does it? I wonder if he's going to break up with her. Because that, that could be a thing.
I ain't doing this.
There's reasonings. Like, if this happened to be true, then yes, I wouldn't want to be with you.
It's like, I'm just hearing this 24/7. Like, I'm sick of hearing it. I don't like hearing it all the time.
What if that were to come
No,
out?
about anything. Like, I'm never hearing that you're sticking around.
It is just like fearful. You have a baby coming and it's still not resolved. So of course, with all of our, we do need to get it figured out for not only ourselves, but for our kid coming. And so I'm like scared.
Yeah, can you imagine if he's innocent, how jarring that must be? But the fact that she won't believe him regardless, and the fact that he can't reassure her is the point. This conversation would feel so intense for somebody who's innocent, and for the whole situation to be what it is. This is unhealthy. I couldn't imagine my partner and I having this conversation. I would feel demoralized. I would feel really dehumanized, honestly. Like, I would feel like I wasn't even having a voice in my own marriage. Like, my partner, could you imagine if your partner didn't believe you? This would feel horrible for most people. But the reason it's almost acceptable is because they're not really together. The problem is Dakota keeps thinking they're together. And to Taylor, they're not really together yet. They're together, but they're not committed to life together. So this isn't a conversation that's happening in a committed relationship. This is a conversation happening in a committed dating relationship, but not for life relationship. And so I think that's why it feels so hard between the two of them. She's looking for a reason to break up for real, and he's looking for her to stop having these conversations and to commit. But they can't be on two different pages and make it. They have to get on the same page.
Like, I don't know if you're down for this, but I would just love if I could, like, talk to you for a little bit. In person, if you can. This is because of the thing you shared.
About the confession thing I got. Dakota has never reached out to me, ever, so I am shocked to say the least. Okay, yeah, I can meet up for a little bit.
This is not good.
What's not good? The
Yes.
situation with you and Taylor? Are you talking about specifically the confession?
No, the situation, with the question. But I mean, with me and Taylor too now. Every time that I feel like we get through something or we're like over it, something else happens. This is like completely out of my hands what happened, right? Like I have zero control on this.
Yep.
It like causes a lot of contention and issues now. Mm-hmm. It comes from you.
Ooh.
Like I always feel like you're usually the one that's like trying to stir the pot between me and Taylor. I feel like you are self-sabotaging us.
Me?
Ooh. Yeah.
I don't think I am. I went back and forth on it because I was like, well, would she rather know after she has a baby or would she rather know before and work it out before she has the baby?
Like, I'm angry right now.
At me?
I'm angry at you.
For what? I didn't even do anything though.
But you did.
I'm the one who truly cares about Taylor. I would rather know something like this before I gave birth, work it out, give birth, have this like beautiful moment, rather than acting like things are fine, have this beautiful moment, and then find out when you're in your blissful stage with the baby and being like, wow, now this bombshell's dropped on me, I'm postpartum.
But that's not even true. This might not be the best timing either, because who's to say she doesn't have her baby tomorrow?
Why no? Should I just never tell her then?
I don't know. I don't
probably
know.
want
I
me
don't
to
know.
not tell her,
I don't
though.
know what the answer is. I don't know. Maybe come to me or something and be like, hey, this just happened, or have Jacob or something and be like, dude.
I know, but again,
like,
I'm not loyal to you.
It feels like you're teaming up with her, and I'm just sitting here, and I just have to get like on for it, like the whole time.
I'm not gonna not tell her. Like I was in a situation where I'm like, she has to know, because if it were me, I would be pissed if my friend did not tell me.
I care about Taylor a lot.
I know you
like,
do.
So much.
I saw your fight. I was there.
I
and
know.
I told you, I saw both of
I
your
know.
sides. I wasn't like, no, Dakota, you're wrong. I literally listened to both of you.
I'm not looking at someone to blame. It's you're the only person I could blame.
Okay, well, I don't know about that. It's interesting because nobody is having like a real conversation to me. Like none of their tones convey a real understanding that, hey, Taylor thinks you might have slept with somebody. I need some tone in the conversation that indicates seriousness. None of these people are indicating to me like a seriousness. They keep saying they understand it's serious, but then no one's acting like it's serious. Like a part of me wants a tonal shift. Like, hey, I know there are cameras watching us, but for real, like we need to have a conversation. Like there's no tonal shift. It's still that they kind of high pitch yell. They kind of yell talk to each other, which shout out yell talkers, but I'm not hearing like an actual deep understanding that like this is serious. But then maybe it's not for them. Maybe they just pretend it's serious, or this feels like the most serious, unserious thing.
We can just agree to disagree then.
Yeah, maybe.
This must be edited so weirdly. This wasn't a conversation. It feels like there is a lie happening because I feel like I'm not getting the full story. But is that the side of the editing of the producers to make the audience feel as clueless as everybody involved? Or are they genuinely not having any sort of clarifying conversation? Because none of this was nothing happened in this whole scene. I didn't get anything. Not Dakota saying, hey, this literally didn't happen. I'm serious. Let's see, why aren't they going to marriage counseling? Or why isn't it like serious? Like it feels like they're playing a game to me, but they're all in on it somehow.
What did you guys bring?
A cake.
Nice. What's it for?
Did you actually
Just because we love cake.
She's pregnant. That's what it is. It's a cake, a pregnancy cake. I get it.
So I know they're not going to expect this, but I have some news to share with them tonight.
What do you think you're gonna get, babe?
Trying to find a yummy drink that's like not alcohol.
Because you're a Mormon or because you're pregnant?
What's been going on?
I'm so sick of my friends in the Momtok group. There's just all this unnecessary drama.
I've been struggling trying to figure out if I even want to be involved in Momtok anymore. I really don't want to. I know Macy's launch party is coming up and I really want to go to Macy's event. I want to be there for her, but I don't want to be around these people.
That face, I can't.
Well,
That face is like BS. Okay, folks, I'm gonna set this right here for you. Just cut it right.
Oh my God, that cake is so cute.
Oh, I thought you said you felt something.
I did feel something.
Oh.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh my, ew, what is that?
Oh.
Oh my God, that is disgusting. What did you put in the cake?
Oh my gosh, I know what it is.
Is that contaminated? Because I really wanted the cake. Can you get those tests, like fake tests with a pregnancy? Yeah, like a yes, you're pregnant on it.
I wanted to do something really creative to tell my
Super creative. Good job, Whitney. Super creative.
mom and dad and my siblings that I was pregnant.
Is this the pea stick?
Yes.
The actual pea stick?
Yeah.
Ew. She's weird, dude. I think she's a weirdo. Nobody better eat it. If anybody ate a piece of that cake, you're crazy.
There's the residue that get, like the germs that.
She literally said there's a lid on it. Even if it was in a Ziploc bag. No, just no.
I want to be surrounded by people who are supporting me, uplifting me. I don't want to be a part of Momtok.
Okay, let's see if she's not a part of Momtok when we Googled her TikToks.
But then making all of this money and creating this business, this brand for ourselves, it's our livelihood. So honestly, I don't really know what I'm gonna do.
Of course.
Yeah, I think as long as we have God on our side, becoming an amazing husband and an amazing father comes a lot easier when you put him first. After Vegas, it really put us in a bad spot in our relationship.
I did nothing wrong in this situation.
We've been taking a lot of time to heal in our marriage, but we also just found out that Zach got into medical school in New York, which was one of his top dream schools to get into.
Wow.
Medical schools are super hard on marriages, so it makes me question if going to medical school is worth it.
Oh, man.
To be honest, after everything that we've gone through this year, we have 10 more years of school, honestly do think that we should take a year off.
Taking a year off is really difficult because for some people that's really good. For other people, they need to ride the momentum. So I'm curious what will be better for Zach in terms of fulfilling that dream of his.
I mean, technically medical school doesn't even start till August, so it does give us months to kind of like think through things and figure stuff out.
I think if we avoid all of our issues and just keep moving forward, that being completely honest, like I don't know if our marriage would last.
Honest and blunt and true, and I think valid. I think that's very true, especially since for 10 years he's going to say, oh, I would work on our marriage, but I'm in medical school. And that's the thing. Is Zach the kind of person that once he's in medical school, it's going to be sort of all about Zach for 10 years because of that? Or is there going to be a balance?
But I just don't know if it makes sense. It holds me back from, business opportunities.
Ooh, this is an awkward conversation. It holds me back from opportunities with Momtok. Yeah, they have to decide, see? And I talk about this a lot. We have two people with two passions and two different careers. Whose do you focus on? I think it's really difficult. This is a big conversation to have in marriages. This is huge. I think it's also different when you have a spouse who has a job versus a spouse who has a career. You put all the work into the career, but you also can have jobs. Like, it's not a matter of having a job. It's a matter of having a career. Since both of them have careers, it's much different. Because I don't think Jen plans to end her time on TikTok. But of course, since Momtok is a part of the app TikTok, they have to be careful. With the US coming in with changes January, I think January 25th or something, 2025, TikTok will be banned, which means it won't update in the App Store. So the girls have to rethink their business in that regard, which is why it's almost safer to go with Zach's career, because Zach's career is guaranteed, right? He'll be a doctor. But then her dream might feel squashed. But if her job as a TikToker, if your job as a YouTuber is dependent on your location, I think you're doing it wrong. I think one of the perks of our job is we don't have to be in one place. We can be anywhere. So I actually think she should consider redoing her business model, because though it's successful and it's Mormon, and I get it, like she could do TikTok, Mormon talk, mom talk in New York, or travel, or the girls can come see her. But realistically, like the perk of this job is that we're supposed to be able to do it anywhere. It's kind of the thing. So lots to think about, no good answers, and definitely not an easy conversation.
It's hard because I am the provider. And if we are going to do medical school and do these hard things in life, we do need to be on the same page, especially if we end up moving to New York, where maybe I won't even have the mom talk group.
That's a great point. She is the breadwinner. So how are they going to pay for medical school if she loses her job?
If like my engagement just stops, and how am I going to provide? Mom talk, that is important to me, and I do feel like I've established that here.
Like, I'm happy with that, but I don't really care.
I feel like that editing must have been crazy, or if that was literally his response, that's also crazy.
I think the reason why I have a really hard time communicating my feelings towards Zach is I feel like his first reaction is to fight or share his opinions than to support or validate me. The most important thing to me in this life is my relationship with God and my family. But, obviously, if things don't get better, he knows that I won't stay with him if I keep being treated this way.
My gosh, okay, that was the end of that segment. Weird ending. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the editing or these couples, but the toxicity levels are so high. But I can't imagine that's the only thing Zach said. I don't care. That's crazy. Wow.
Good for Macy, but I don't know how you can focus when your best friend is not here.
Oh, Whitney, because Macy and Whitney are friends. I feel like Macy's friends with kind of everybody. Isn't she also like on Taylor's team and stuff? But yeah, it's Whitney is not there. I didn't think Whitney would be there, but also Whitney wants to make it all about her. So if Macy doesn't beg Whitney to go, Whitney probably won't show up. I feel like Whitney's like, beg me to come and then I'll show up. But who knows, maybe she crashes.
Hey guys, I have an idea. So I know it's kind of petty, but obviously it's like a big deal that Whitney hasn't shown up yet. Macy's doing like a countdown to like the launch of her business. I say when she gets to 1, if Whitney doesn't walk through that door, we all unfollow her on social media. Yes.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm kind of surprised they didn't unfollow her already. Actually, what does that say about the girls that they actually didn't unfollow Whitney yet? Are they holding out? Were they hoping she would make a turn? Is this the final straw for them? I don't know why I assumed after she unfollowed them that they would have unfollowed her. But the fact that they haven't done it yet kind of means that they were hoping she would come around.
We just wanted to let you know that Demi came up with a brilliant idea. If Whitney doesn't walk through those doors, as you're doing your countdown, we're all gonna unfollow her at the same time.
I thought you already unfollowed her, did you not?
We were all taking the high road, but if she doesn't come tonight, it's game over. Macy!
Baby Mama is about community, it's about uplifting women, it's about being a team, and that's what I wanted tonight.
Excited, but I'm also nervous because I really didn't think there'd be a time where I'd be questioning my friendship with Whitney, but her not showing up 100% has me questioning everything.
He didn't show up for Macy for her launch party. I just feel like we don't need to continue to support her if she doesn't even want to be friends with us and support one of our friends.
Yeah, wow, this is it. I wonder how long it will last. And after this episode, we'll go look on their social media to see if there's any updates, because I don't know how this episode is going to end. We're basically, we're halfway through, a little bit more than halfway through. So this is it. So this is kind of, it leaves me feeling like there's going to be a cliffhanger.
Okay, so Taylor's water just broke.
These are the pants.
Oh my gosh.
I think that was it.
Oh.
So we're heading out to the hospital?
We were both literally just talking.
Yeah.
We were having a conversation, and then all of a sudden something fell between our legs.
And I was like,
yeah, we both like looked at each other, and Taylor's like, What was that?
Thought I peed myself,
Yeah.
but it's water. I had to smell it just to confirm.
She did smell it and she confirmed it.
He's giving like new dad energy for sure.
These problems, these issues with our baby coming, I'm like wondering what happens after. But I'm not gonna lie, I am excited as well.
Okay, we gotta go.
Okay.
We're gonna head there and we'll film more in the car.
Okay, let's go.
It was a matter of time. It was a matter of time.
Girls went down.
Woo! I love it.
Uh-oh. Oh my God, was she not invited to the birthday? Can't show up to someone's birthday uninvited, girl.
I look over and I see Whitney come through the door. I am in utter shock. Like, I cannot believe she's here, especially considering she didn't show up to my launch party.
What in the literal? I am floored. I'm here for Michaela. But you and Michaela aren't friends.
Michaela doesn't like you.
Oh my God, that's so mean. Ooh, that's really mean. But did Michaela invite her? Like, that's what I'm saying. Are they being mean, like cruel right now? Or did Whitney literally come to a birthday she wasn't invited to? Because if Whitney came to a birthday she wasn't invited to, that's insane. That's like something is wrong with you. And then if the girls, let's say Whitney was invited and the girls are being cruel, well, that's not fair. So now we need some clarification here because something is going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Michaela real fast.
Hey, do you want your gift?
I'm gonna open them later.
Okay.
She comes up to me and hands me a gift. I think I accidentally stepped on it though later.
I'm gonna go. I feel so awkward. But I love you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is so awkward right now.
Can we go talk? Yeah.
I've been trying to talk to Macy for the past couple days now for not going there.
What? I'm so confused. This is, come on. This is so socially awkward. You want to blame autistics for not knowing how to socialize? What is this? What is this? This is what I'm saying. If they're all neurotypical, this is ridiculous. Were you invited? Did you crash this party? And did you come to a birthday uninvited? Like to a party you weren't invited to have a conversation with Macy over something you should be talking to in private? Oh my gosh, this is so socially awkward. I don't know I feel like I can't breathe. This is so socially awkward. Wow, humans are, this is crazy. Where the producer's like, Whitney, you should go talk to Macy at the party. What is happening?
Her event. I just really want Macy to know that me not going to her launch party had nothing to do with me not wanting to support her.
I will say I'm upset, and it's like I don't expect a lot from any friendship. And this was the one thing I did expect, and just like say like, hey, I just wanted to know you that I am supporting you. Yeah. Like, bye. Great, that would have been fine with me. I wouldn't have been upset. It felt selfish to me.
Why?
Because like, I try so hard to like support you, I feel like, especially during everything in conversations. And like the one time I need support, you're not there for me.
Just wasn't in the space. Like
What do you mean?
I needed to separate myself from everyone and everything.
Even me?
I wasn't, yeah.
Why?
Because you're friends with all of them too, and that's okay. I would never ask you not to be.
What do you mean you're friends with all of them? And then she came with a gift to her birthday party? How weirdly malicious is this? This is so weird. If you're not friends with all these girls, why would you come to this party with a gift just to have this weird private conversation here? This has got to be producer influenced, right? Because no reasonable person would do this in this way. So either the producers put her onto it or she's insane. I'm open to either.
What's that?
Did you invite her?
I wanted a girl fight.
Okay, she said no one invited her. Okay, no one invited Whitney. She just showed up.
I genuinely want to know what possessed her, though. Like, what possessed her to walk into this situation?
Yes.
After everything, after missing.
Because it's on Whitney's terms. Everything's on Whitney's
Exactly.
terms.
Exactly. It feels like everything is on Whitney's terms, which is what makes her toxic. If everybody has to do everything on your terms, that's the toxicity. We all have to meet each other with compromise where we can. And we have to accept that if we can't seem to compromise, it's also okay to move over. That's why I say, you're friends with people until you're not. Because sometimes life, babies, friends, jobs, location, things can change. And sometimes you do have to separate your friendships, and that's okay. Friendships end, no big deal. I mean, it's sad, but it's not the end of the world because adults have to go in their own directions. But while you're maintaining the friendship, you have to make that compromise. It can't just always be on one of the friends' terms. And look, as a chronically ill person myself, it's hard not to feel like I'm always making everybody work on my terms. But the good thing is I know that as of right now, all my friends and I can communicate, because a lot of them are chronically ill as well, to meet each other where we can and to make an effort when we also like need to push our spoons a little bit. Like I'm willing to push my spoons for my friends, not all the time, of course, because you want to have boundaries, but within reason for especially at special occasions and stuff like this. Or if the friend says, hey, I really need to talk to you. Is that okay? Absolutely, girl. If you tell me like this is important, I need to talk to you, I'll make an effort. But you can't say this is important, I need to talk to you every week. Like that's a lifestyle. That's not an emergency, girl. That's a lifestyle, you know? So Whitney, it's always on her terms, always. This isn't an emergency. This is a lifestyle for Whitney.
It's hard to say what Whitney's agenda is being here today, but I think that her priority is going to be to kiss Macy's and get back on her good side. She realizes that her one tie to the group is no longer on her side, so she has to show up in person to show that she's a good friend and that she wants to talk. But I see right through it. I think this is her panicking and realizing that she has lost control of her group.
True.
I don't know what to say. I don't know.
You have
I
every
just feel
right to be
weird.
mad. I hate that that was the circumstances, but I needed that separation.
But
I
then
wanted
why are
that.
you here today then if you need the separation?
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
feel like what is done. Yes, she can apologize and maybe I can forgive her in that moment, but like I'm not gonna forget. I think Whitney wanted to do Whitney and she doesn't really care that much about me at the end of the day.
This is what her friends are saying about her. I'm just agreeing. Like, it's not what Brittany's saying about her friends. It's what her friends saying about her. And then I'm agreeing. I agree with their assessments and they know better than I do.
It's about her.
If I'm being honest, I do feel so bad. I just didn't know what to do.
No, the way
Like smiling and winking.
You guys, serial killer vibes. The way, hi. What?
She missed the control, you think?
Yes. The minute.
I don't know if it's serial killer vibes, but it is very weird. It's just the weirdest social decision to make. And again, just a reminder, I don't know what's going on with Whitney. I don't know what she's missing. I don't know what's happening, but it is very socially weird.
I think Momtok is better off without Whitney. She brings a lot of views and attention, but I don't think we need her. She wants everyone to kind of chase her and be like, no, Whitney, we love you. Come back.
Exactly. I do see Whitney has a thing about her that makes her very alluring, but not worth it. Not worth the peace of mind. She might bring in the views, but she doesn't bring in the peace. And this is a no for all of us in our lives who have a Whitney around. Cut her out.
My parting words for Momtok: good luck without me.
Her ego, her narcissism levels are so high, not NPD, but her ego levels. They're so high. And what's the root of a narcissistic ego? Insecurity. You need just enough to think you're worthy of it. We all need healthy narcissism. But then, of course, the irony of the personality disorder, it's actually rooted in deep insecurity. So the irony, okay. Now, I'm not a therapist, of course, as you guys know, just a YouTuber making commentary. But I would say that her ego is so high, but I think it's deeply rooted in insecurity. I think it's all a cope. I think Whitney is the queen of cope.
Okay, contractions coming again, and
She actually looks so happy. He does too. Like Dakota looks so happy. It's hard to be upset when you're really excited to bring a baby into the universe. This is quite exciting. You know, interesting. We rarely see Taylor's children. And now that I see that Taylor's child has a blur on their face, I wonder if that's done on purpose. Whitney has her kids everywhere. Jen has her kids, but notice that Taylor's kid isn't his face is blurred. So kind of interesting. Yeah, I think that's good. I hope Taylor's keeping her kids off the video, off the screen.
Dakota, he was such a good partner in the process and very supportive. I'm like on cloud 9, and this is like the first time I've been so confident in us and a future. I hope that I can trust him.
That is so crazy that we created this.
That's sweet. Wow. That's precious. It is really cool. I saw my little brother being born, and obviously I grew up with, these siblings in my life. It is really cool. The power of people and like the power of like how we make new life. It's really awesome. I will say, I'm glad they're on cloud 9. It may as well be optimistic through this process. I hope they get counseling. I hope they're better. I don't see a hope for their relationship, but it's good to be optimistic around the kids, obviously, and especially bringing life into the universe. And, they look both very happy.
So Jen called me and she was like, I just wanted to tell you my version of things and what's going on. Jen told me that she's leaving Momtok because of Zach. He doesn't want her associated.
No. Jen. I really like Jen. No. Ooh. Okay.
With us. I am really sad that this is just a continuous pattern that's not getting better.
So she's leaving?
Well, I asked her, I said, so is it like an ultimatum situation? I have been really afraid that it's been all Zach just pushing it, and it sounds like it.
I honestly think you're gonna love New York. I'm honestly excited. I just hope that like you can feel good about it as well.
Do you think I'll be missing anything at home, like with mom talk?
They're not that significant. Like they're just, I don't think you're gonna be missing out. I honestly don't.
Wow. Oh my gosh. They're not that significant. I don't think you'll be missing out. I mean, I'm not opposed to them going to New York. I just don't see why that has to cut Jen off from Mom Talk. That's what I don't understand. Now, do they have to live in New York for 10 years during medical school? I don't know how it works. Where does he go after this next, is his, I guess his, I don't know, his residency is going to be somewhere else? Yeah, he really doesn't value Jen or her online presence. Like he doesn't value her business. It's not, because he's not just saying it's not significant that the girls exist. He's saying her whole thing is insignificant. Wow. I do think this is emotional abuse. I think this is abusive. To look at your breadwinning wife, to look at the way she's been uplifting this family, to look at the way that she's worked hard, and then to tell her, you won't be missing out. None of this is significant. My heart's really breaking for Jen. Wow.
I don't feel like you've been like your happiest, best version. I do feel like this would like help you.
I got this weakness,
That baby looks so much like Dakota. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. That baby looked like Dakota Jr. Cute.
He's so cute.
It'll drag me. Dakota's just gonna freaking love me after this.
I'm about to make a phone call that could ruin people's lives, and my heart is racing.
Hi, is this Jenna?
Was this producer influenced? Did she do it on her own? I think I would get permission from Taylor and Dakota before doing it, specifically Taylor. I don't think I would do this on my own because that's really involving yourself in your friend's marriage. And your friend might not want to know, but I would have asked Taylor for permission, I think, before doing this.
Hi, this is Macy Neely.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Good. Okay, this is probably the most random phone call ever. I'm calling because I just have some questions about you and Dakota and your past relationship.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't sound that surprised. Like, she sounds super surprised. Like, oh, like it's not a big deal.
I'll tell you everything.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I'll tell you everything. That's so producer Hollywood, dude. I told you they were going to bring Jenna into this because they were talking about her too much. I knew they were going to make her a character, bro. That's it? That's where it ends? But there's not a season 2. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. There's not a season 2, and I don't know if there will be, honestly, but now that we're done with that. Okay, so this is their TikTok. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the sound because it's copyrighted and stuff, but let's go ahead and just look through these. 9/2/21. So this is Taylor before her babies. This is, I think these are old. Okay, so this is Whitney's TikTok. This is before. This is old. Okay, Taylor's pregnant. Let's see. Let's go through this. Here's Taylor's. Wow. They look so different. This is so funny. Okay, let's go to Whitney's TikTok. 2.2 million followers. Okay, Whitney. Let's see. Okay, so it's like the trends. Let's see. I'm gonna pull this up for us. So here's the trends. Okay. Yeah, you know this trend. Okay. So 4 million likes. That's a lot, girl. Okay. Showing my husband what I've been doing all day. Okay. Learning the Shrek dance. This is 1 day ago. Yeah. She basically just does TikTok trends. Now, does she have her second baby? It looks like she might have. Yeah. So here's this baby. Okay, here's the baby. It's a boy. Okay, so they had a boy. Cute. Okay, wow, she had a baby. I don't see any TikToks with any of the girls, though. Has she really not been a part of Mom TikTok? She hasn't posted that much, but also I don't know when the last episode aired. Okay, so there's that. Let me see. And then here's Demi. See how Demi does. Okay, so here's Demi's channel. Looks pretty cute. The girls are in it. He's in it. Okay, so she's still active with the girlies. 1 million followers. So Whitney has more followers than her. Interesting. Here's Taylor. So let's go to Taylor. Taylor has 5 million followers. Wow, Taylor's really well liked. See, people like Taylor. People like her. She has more followers than anybody. Okay. Is this recent Taylor? Yeah, 17 hours ago. Oh, here she is with all her babinos. Okay, cute. Whoa. Okay, Taylor. Okay. Life updates. Get ready with me. Wow. Okay, Taylor. So let me see. Okay, I don't see Dakota anywhere. I wonder if they're not giving major updates because of the show. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Oh, here's Dakota. I would rather try than just quit. This is a TikTok she posted. Oh, why do you choose to stay and work on things? Okay, so that was posted. Yeah, and then I don't see him. I just see her and the kids. So I don't know if they're still together. Here's Michaela, 2.9 million followers. Okay, Michaela. Oh, Michaela had some health stuff. Oh no. Okay. So, okay. Chronic illness, condition, watch my chronic illness destroy my body. Oh no, Michaela, she's sick. Oh no, shout out to Michaela. Oh no. Okay, let's go check on Jen. Okay, where's Jen at? So Jen, I'm gonna move that for you guys. Jen is 1.7 million followers. Looks like Zach post. Okay, let me see. Zach, do I see any Zach? Oh, Mario Lopez. I don't see any Zach. Oh, right here, bring him. 722. This is Zach. I don't see that many updates. I can't tell. This is new 11/1, so November, and 10/29. Okay, so I don't see any updates. I have no idea what's happening with her and him. Okay, I'm not getting anything from these. I'm getting absolutely nothing. Yeah, okay, here we are. I guess this is it. Wow, Nara Smith on Mormon TikTok, I guess so, huh, Momtok? Interesting. Wow. We did it. We finished it. Wow, what a series. What a suggestion from you guys. I appreciate it. I also got a suggestion for the Vanderbilts. We're going to do ultimatum. We're going to do a lot of them. I'm excited to get through it. I try to get through a lot faster than I did this series. Now that I know what I'm doing with editing and stuff, I'm sure I'll get it through a lot faster. Very interesting. I think overall, very interesting bubble. I learned a lot about the Mormon bubble. Interesting to see the girls go through this. Interesting to see if season 2 is going to come out, because if it is, girl, you know I'm going to review it. And more than that, I just hope everybody's healthy and better. And I hope that all of us who are watching got any tools that we needed to understand, like, this is not the life we want. And if this isn't the life we want, what can we do better? Because it really helps me as a person to see people and realize, like, this isn't who I want to be in the story. I definitely don't want to be a Whitney, let me tell you. And I don't want to have a relationship like Taylor and Dakota. But I think what I want to have is a hope for the future, a healthy way of making that happen, and a community that supports you. I think this is kind of key. I think these are a bunch of young to a little bit older people, those in their 30s. We're still figuring it out. And I really would love to hear the girls talk about it now to see who learned what from the show. My hope is that this next season, because there's going to be a season 2, this girl comes in, things get put on the table, there's communication and maybe some growing. But yeah, what do you guys think about these shows in comparison to when we watch Love is Blind and Ultimatum and stuff? Such interesting, different kinds of people between those two bubbles. But all the same, what we're really talking about is interpersonal relationships. We're talking about health. We're talking about communication. We're talking about so many things. And ultimately, I think everybody wants to be loved, but you can see the common issue in all of these people is their relationship first and foremost with themselves, their boundaries and their values. I think those are really the trifecta here. Wow. I'm so glad we watched that. Zero regrets. It was so much fun. And I really do look forward to season 2 because I would love to know what happens to everybody. And I hope it's like something healthy ultimately. Actually, before we go, wait, let me Google. Okay, are Taylor and Dakota one day later, September 2024, US Weekly confirms Taylor and Dakota are done. The outlet also runs an interview with Taylor conducted prior to her TikTok cry dance, where she says, I would say we're working on things and I actually have no idea where it goes from here. You know, it looked that way on her TikTok, but I wasn't sure. Okay, we're done. Good, but why? Did they break up? Broke up September. Taylor communicated to us with a series of cryptic social media media posts. Their split came after countless relationship issues. Okay, so then I wonder if they have to keep it private because it's going to end up being in the show. Because that's my theory. My theory is they can't actually tell us what's going on because if they do, it will ruin the money they're going to make by launching the show so everybody watches the show to find out. That's what I'm assuming is a part of their contract. Okay, well, they're broken up. I guess we'll see how it plays out in season 2. All right, guys, thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. If you have suggestions for shows you'd like me to review, leave them down in the comment sections down below. And I will see you for the next series. Bye. Stuck in my head and realize
life while in bed. My belly's being fed and I'm okay. I'm just fine, yet all I do is whine. Not to you in my mind, cause I know I don't make sense. I've been nothing but blessed, so why's my life a mess? Please tell me, cause I'm sick of thinking. Yeah, I'm sick of reaching out for the truth and living life as a fool. Dun, 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 dun.